Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today my group will present on Khalifah in education. So my teammate is me, Saidatu Fatihah binti Abdul Hamid. My matric number is 2116260. My members is Irina binti Muhammad Azman 2112432, and lastly is Ibtihal binti Azlan. Her matric number is 2115974. So today, we will present on definition of Khalifah, the importance of seeking knowledge and why. Third is the philosophy of education in Islam. Fourth is Islamic education goals and objective in contemporary perspective. And five is Islamic education's goals and objective in Muslim intellectual theories. And lastly is the conclusion. So, continue with the definition of Khalifah is that it is referring to a leader or successor of a group, and this term actually usually used in Islam for in Islam. And this also has been mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 30, where stated that and mentioned, "O Muhammad, when your Lord said to the angels, indeed, I will make upon the earth a successive authority." This verse explain that Allah want to create a Khalifah on earth. Meanwhile, in Surah Al-Ala, verse 1 until 5 stated that, "Read, O Prophet, in the name of your Lord who created humans from a clinging cloth. Read, and your Lord is the most generous who taught by the pen, taught humanity what they knew not." Because in this verse, Allah teach Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam how to raise and things he does not know. The relation between these two surah is that before Allah appoint someone to become a Khalifah and Prophet, Allah will teach them the knowledge, because as a Khalifah, they must have a capability to guide, administer, and also uphold the justice to people. So, how to be a good Khalifah in as a Muslim in education? So, I will point out the importance of seeking knowledge and why it is important. So the important is that it is obligatory on all Muslims without looking on gender or the age. This has been stated or supported by in the hadith by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, stated that talabul ilmi faridatun ala kulli muslim, meaning that seeking the knowledge is the duty upon all Muslim, including the Muslimah. And with having the knowledge, it also can guide our life to be a right path. And also why it is important. So first one is that to help Muslim in understanding and improving critical thinking, so that we can have the solution on various occasion of problems. Second is that we have the opportunity to fix our ibadah become a perfect. Sometimes we do not realize, because do not realize that our ibadah is not perfect as we have the lack of knowledge. So this is why we have to seek the knowledge, so that we can fix our ibadah become perfect. Third is that we can get the benefits or rewards from Allah, which has been explained in hadith by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that whoever takes a path in search of knowledge, Allah will cause him to walk in one of the paths to the paradise, which means Allah will make ease to them who pursue in knowledge to enter the Jannah. Lastly is that in view of the Ibn Sina, that the purpose of the education is that to on the intelligence development, mental and character, and also on social development. This is because a Muslim can be prepared to contribute in our society. So I will pass the floor to my members on explaining the philosophy of education in Islam.
I will explain the philosophy of education in Islam. Islamic education is distinct from other types of educational theory and practice owing to the Quran all-encompassing influence. The Quran is a comprehensive blueprint for both individuals and societies as well as the primary source of knowledge. From the Islamic perspective, how do Muslims view human nature? In the educational process, the human being is at the center. In this context, human behavior is directed towards achieving certain goals. Considering its definition, Islamic education implements a holistic approach. Philosophy has a holistic view, which means it encompasses and completes everything. In education, these terms refers to the aspect of intellect, emotion, spirituality, and physicality. Humanity is the subject of Islamic philosophy of education, which encourages us to think about our actions as every action has consequences, reciprocation from Allah. The teenagers would be able to appreciate and utilize their minds for the right purpose if they were prepared with this aspect. According to the Quran, Allah has stated, "Say verily my prayer and my worship, my life and my death are only for God who preserves and governs the whole world." Surah Al-An'am, ayat 162. This verse explains one of the main concepts in the Islamic philosophy of education, which is the concept of human obedience towards Allah. By appreciating this concept, it is able to encourage humans to do the right things and avoid doing the wrong manner. Moreover, there are some famous Islamic philosophers, and of them are Ibn Sina, Al-Ghazali, Ibn al-Yaman, Ibn al-Nafis, and Ibn al-Nafis. To describe one of the philosophers, Imam al-Ghazali emphasized on early childhood education. He emphasized that parents should monitor their children's education beginning at birth. Children who are raised in a good environment and with good manners will grow up to be a good people. On the contrary, if they are not educated, they will grow up to be bad people. To conclude, this education holds that every Muslim has a responsibility to advance humankind. So I will move to the next point, is contemporary perspective. The term Khalifah refers to a steward or representative of God on earth who is responsible for upholding justice, promoting ethical values, and caring for the environment. In contemporary education, is the concept of being a Khalifah plays a significant role in Islamic education. Khalifah are responsible for upholding justice, promoting ethical values, and caring for the environment as representative of God on earth. Educators in Malaysia recognize the importance of incorporating the concept of Khalifah into their curriculum. It is believed that this approach enables students to gain a comprehensive understanding of their responsibilities as individuals and citizens. The modern education system must adapt to the advances in technology in recent years. As a result, a global education system is required in order to produce output from high quality educational institutions that are confident in facing global competition and putting forward interconnected interdisciplinary methods. There is no doubt that by emphasizing the concept of education in Islam, education in Malaysia at all levels should be revised and strengthened. In order to produce output from higher quality educational institutions, a global education system must be developed. So I will move to the next point.
Alright, we move to the next part, which is Islamic education goals and objectives based on Muslim intellectual theories. So here I have stated the theory for 4 intellectual Muslims, which are Imam al-Ghazali, Said Muhammad Naqib al-Atas, Ibn Khaldun, and Ibn Sina. So let me start with Imam al-Ghazali first. In his theory, he said that the purpose of education is to master knowledge about God based on Quran and Sunnah. This is because the mastery of knowledge about God will make a servant closer to God, because getting closer to God will be impossible unless he acquires his knowledge as well. Secondly, to acquire knowledge and comprehension of the science, which will lead to good and noble actions. And according to the national education philosophy, the role of education in Malaysia is to build a youthful generation that is capable of contributing to economic, social, cultural, and political development. Therefore, the goal of national education is to develop individuals who have a good personality and are balanced and integrated intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Next, we look at Syed Muhammad Naqib Al-Hatta's story on Islamic education schools and objectives. So, according to Syed Naqib Al-Hatta, the goal of Islamic education should be to form and generate excellent human beings. Furthermore, he believes that the aim of seeking knowledge is to inculcate virtue or justice in mankind as individuals rather than just as citizens or members of society. Therefore, human values as actual human beings must be emphasized in education. Alright, the next Muslim intellectual we're going to talk about is Ibn Khaldun. So Ibn Khaldun said the objective of Islamic education is to increase thinking, and at this point Ibn Khaldun says that the fact that one of the goals of education is to provide opportunities for students to become more active and carry out activities, and this can be done through the process of seeking knowledge and skills, because by seeking knowledge and skills a person will be able to increase his intellectual abilities, while educational goals in terms of wealth can be achieved by increasing human spirituality, practicing worship, dhikr, and distancing oneself from society for the purpose of worship. And the last one, the goals and objectives from Ibn Sina is to develop physical development and everything related to it, such as exercise, eating, drinking, sleeping, and maintaining cleanliness. This is because through physical education or sports, a learner is directed to foster growth and be smart in his brain. Lastly, Ibn Sina also put forward the purpose of skill education aimed at education in the fields of woodworking, screen printing, and so on, so that professional workers who are able to work professionally will emerge. So to conclude, education is essential for all humans, helping them comprehend the eternal and spiritual facts of existence and the fundamental realities of science and social science. And it should also instill in people the willingness to make sacrifice for Allah's pleasure and self-purification. Last but not least, we hope you guys can understand what we want to present, and I think that's all from us. Thank you.